Che pizza brutta! Everything is so tasty. Perfect. In this video, we are on a mission to find out, can you get a real Italian pizza in Vietnam? We're visiting places offering everything from Neapolitan to Roman and even fried pizza. But we are starting strong right here at the upscale, always booked in advance spot Pizza 4 Ps. Their pizzas look incredible, Neapolitan style, homemade cheese, the whole deal. But what about the taste? That's what we are here to discover. Upfront booking is an absolute must, and the place has kind of this modern, a bit cyber and minimalistic vibe. Once you go upstairs, this is actually a huge restaurant. The pizza ovens are behind me, and on the other side is the rest of the restaurant. The kitchen is open space, nice and clean, modern, and the first thing I noticed is that the most pizza makers here are ladies. This is very interesting to see, and the pizzas, they look pretty much like Neapolitan when we talk about the dough and the shape. The toppings are a completely different story. They have teriyaki chicken pizza, they have miso pizza, they also have Vietnamese style with some noodles on top, and this is something that we wouldn't see in Europe, especially not in Italy. The owners here are Japanese, and that's why all the tastes, all the toppings, all the pizzas really cater to Japanese and Asian tastes. Anyway, we're gonna order something simple. I don't want to experiment too much with my pizza. Since I've been around Italy and in some of the most famous and less famous Italian pizzerias, for me this here is quite interesting and a bit strange. This is a very slow-paced kitchen, this is a very slow-paced pizza making. Usually in Italy in 5 minutes they would bake up to 20 pizzas if necessary, and everything is hectic, everything is quite energetic. Here it's more like a zen. Each pizza is opened quite slowly, it's topped up slowly as well, and then of course it gets baked. Even though the pizza making pace is a little bit slow and completely different than Italy or Europe, there is a rigorous control here for each pizza. The bottom and the crust are checked if they are baked perfectly, the shape has to be good, and everything has to be on spot before they serve the pizza. Our pizzas just arrived and the smell is recognizable. This is something that you see and smell in Neapolitan pizzeria, except the teriyaki chicken pizza. It has different smell, but the cheese one and margherita, they have this absolute proper Italian pizza, Neapolitan pizza smell. So let's start. The crust is puffy, not that crunchy, maybe just near here the bubbles, but then at the bottom it has been perfectly baked. Very thin, very elastic looking dough. Okay, so this looks and smells like a real Neapolitan pizza. Let's see how it tastes. That's that recognizable taste. The dough is quite elastic, just like Neapolitan pizza. The mozzarella is also quite good. The tomato sauce is a little bit more acidic, but still good, still tasty. This one was a proper pizza, and this could be served anywhere in Italy. Cheers! Next one to try is 3 cheeses pizza. So it's not 4 formaggi, it's 3 formaggi. And this one also looks proper Neapolitan. The crust is quite puffy, full of air. I just hope they didn't put honey on this pizza because there was something yellow on it. Let's go. No, they didn't, which is a good news for me. These are only just melted cheese on top, and the cheese is very, very tasty. This is excellent pizza, and I think I'm gonna follow with another slice. That margherita is nice, but this one is much tastier if you ask me. That combination of homemade cheese is quite good. I mean, they're doing something right here because this pizza is really, really tasty. They don't have the same technique like in Naples or Italy when they make this pizza, but they have good dough. They have a good dough recipe, they're using obviously good flour, and they're making some very, very tasty pizzas. I really didn't expect this in Vietnam. Cheers! Let's now go with the local Asian flavor, teriyaki chicken topped with some dry seaweed shreds. teriyaki chicken pizza was a clear mistake. This is a flavor that I never experienced before and I don't want to experience again. If you ask me, this is not how you should make pizza. You shouldn't put teriyaki chicken and seaweed and fish sauce on a pizza. This creates very strong, very pungent taste, and this is definitely not for me. I was really happy with margherita. I was even happier with that cheese pizza. These were really good. Cheese pizza was excellent. Teriyaki chicken has these tastes, flavors and smells that just for me, they don't go on pizza. When it comes to the quality of these pizzas, they're quite good. The ingredients are of very good quality. The service, the attention in preparation, everything is good. How would this pizza fare in Italy? Well, if it was served only Italian style without teriyaki chicken and noodles, so the proper Italian way, this could pass as a good pizza. This would come somewhere in average and even Italian people would eat it. It wouldn't be the premium, but it would be a good enough pizza. And for Vietnam, as I said, this is quite excellent. For me, just I need to stick with a margherita, with a 3 cheeses pizza and avoid experimenting with a local Asian and Japanese style of making pizza. Just before going, I will give it another go just to make sure that I was not too harsh in judging this pizza. The chicken is actually quite good. But there is something in this pizza, some kind of sauce, fish sauce, or it's this seaweed, I don't know, something that really spoils everything and gives that really bad taste. I think people in Italy would say about this pizza, che pizza brutta. Anyway, with this we end this lunch, but here we need to explore some more places and try some more pizzas in Da Nang. Cheers! Our second spot is Bravo Pizza, and they make also Neapolitan style pizzas, but these are baked properly in a wood-fired oven. Let's see what kind of pizza they make. This is a small but efficient operation. Only one pizza chef and his helper, and here the dough looks amazing. And the opening pizza starts. Chef has an injured finger, but I don't think this will stop him. The technique of opening pizza is proper. This is now looking quite good, and he's cleaning it from flour. He's spreading it even more. Tomato goes onto pizza, then some cheese, and now it goes onto the shovel, and then here it gets spread a bit more, so we get nice, big, but also thin pizza. And it's off into the oven for some baking. As it's not hot enough in Vietnam, but then we have this wood-fired oven here as well, and it's so hot. And I feel for this chef, he needs to be here near these pizzas to bake them. The pizza is ready, and this move I really like. They're using a brush to clean the bottom of the pizza from excess flour. Pizza is nicely cut, some oregano, some olive oil, and this is ready for our table. And the final pizza is pizza calzone, and you really have to be a master to make a proper pizza calzone. Tomato, mushrooms, ham, cheese, basil. It's gonna get closed and off into the oven. Pizza calzone is done and it looks absolutely beautiful. It looks like the Japanese fugu fish when it's angry. Nice and puffed up. It has this perfect shape, and this basil that he just took out smells so nice. It fills the air and it goes on top of this calzone, and calzone is also ready for our table. All the pizzas have a perfect crunch on cornicione. There's a crunch, there's not too much puff. Doesn't matter, it can still be a great Neapolitan pizza, but we'll have to try to see. My kids completely destroyed margherita and I got one last slice. That's that proper taste. The basil is fantastic. It really gives a lot of flavor to this pizza, and then you get that real feel of Italian margherita. Cheers. The dough is just a little bit chewy, but I like it, so it's not too soft. Quite nice, very tasty. Next one is Formaggi pizza, and this slice has this very nice air bubble here. I think I'm gonna go for it. And also this one comes with the honey, but we asked without honey, so we are going for proper Formaggi pizza. This is the closest to the Italian taste that we came so far. Very good, very tasty. There's also some fresh cream, then at least 2 kinds of cheese here. The dough, as you can see, doesn't completely flop like on a standard Neapolitan pizza, but I really like it. I like the texture, nice with a mild chewiness, perfect taste, and a perfect flour. Cheers. I also think that the dough hydration is quite good because each slice is quite light. You don't feel it heavy on your stomach. Great pizza. The next one is the grilled vegetable pizza, and this one was made a little bit bigger, a little bit thinner, so this one has that perfect Neapolitan flop. And I also forgot to mention, these are all made with a famous San Marzano tomato from the Naples region, and that's why there's no acidity. You don't really feel the tomato, it really blends with all the ingredients. But let's go. Great taste, nice, crisp, fresh onion, then some Vietnamese mushrooms, nice and soft, a little bit of olives and some basil. Again, everything perfect, perfectly baked, very tasty, another great pizza. Once I cut this calzone, the smells were amazing, and the pastry is again very thin, very nice looking, some incredible ingredients inside. Let's go. Prosciutto cotto inside, the ham, and then mushrooms, and then of course some more basilico inside also, and the cheese. Great combination. These absolutely perfect freckles at the bottom, and then the dough, a little bit chewy but also soft, that genuine Neapolitan taste here in Vietnam. The ingredients as well, everything is so tasty. Perfect. This place here was quite a surprise for us. We didn't expect it to be this good, to be honest, and this close to Italy. This is an incredible experience, and this is one of the better Neapolitan pizzas that we tried. So this is not only excellent for Vietnam, but these pizzas would be quite good even for Italy. And this pizza chef and his helper, they're doing an amazing job because here the climate is quite hot, humidity is very high. To make everything possible for a proper Italian pizza is not really easy. So I have huge respect for this place and the pizzas they make here. Amazing pizzas. I think this is going to be hard to top, but we need to check out some more places and try some more pizzas. We are at our third pizza place, and this time it's not Neapolitan pizza, but Pizza Romana in Teglia, the favorite Roman street food, pizza baked in tray and then sold and eaten by slice. So let's check out this pizza as well. Zero or 00 Pizza Lab, but this place makes a proper real Roman pizza by slice. And there are different choices. There's margherita, there's quattro formaggi, there's pizza salame, there's also pizza with andouille sausage, the spicy Calabrian sausage. And the owner told us that during the day they don't make too much pizzas because it's quiet, but then from 6:30 p.m. onwards the display is full and this place gets really busy. And we ordered several different pizzas, and now they're going to get reheated and baked for several minutes in those ovens, and this will give the final additional crunch on all these pizzas. And then the basil leaves come again on top fresh, they don't get baked to keep that freshness. And we got most of the pizzas now on display here: quattro formaggi, pizza salame, margherita, and I also got for myself the one with the spicy andouille. We can see that the dough structure is absolutely perfect, all those bubbles. This dough has rested enough, it was made the proper way, it really looks amazing and it smells even better. Especially the quattro formaggi pizza and pizza andouille, they fill the room with these fantastic smells. Let's start with margherita, and the crust is quite crunchy, and then this spongy texture in the middle, the bottom crunchy as well. That's that proper taste of pizza in teglia. Very nice dough, perfect bubbles, perfectly airy inside, and then very crunchy at the bottom and also at the corners. Quite irresistible smell coming from this quattro formaggi pizza, and this pizza is topped with gorgonzola cheese, with parmesan shavings, homemade ricotta, and also some mozzarella. Let's go. I got quite nice chunk of mozzarella cheese from the top. Again, impeccable dough, perfect structure, and then this cheese is quite tasty. There's that sweetness coming from gorgonzola. Really tasty pizza. Everything looks quite tasty here as well. Nice and shiny salami. Let's go. I don't know how or where they're getting these ingredients so far away from Italy, but this tastes like a proper Italian salami. You can just feel it. And this one is also quite spicy. I started feeling all this heat. Cheers. This is the pizza I was waiting for, the spicy Calabrian andouille sausage. I was waiting to get the heat from this sausage, but actually even the pizza salami was quite hot. But let's go with the first bite. Nice and very meaty andouille sausage, but I cannot feel the spiciness anymore. Pizza salami was spicy enough. I believe this one is spicy as well. Very tasty. The texture, the meat, that's the proper andouille. Cheers. This slice was perfectly crunchy in one of the corners, but now I start to feel the spiciness from andouille as well. My lips are getting numb. Alla salute. We had two great surprises in a row, and we have one more place to visit. Let's hope they also make some amazing pizza. We are at our final destination, La Pizza Fritta, and this place is tucked in this small street near the park, but none of the lights work now because they're saving electricity, too much consumption. Anyway, fried pizza or pizza fritta, invented in Naples and quite popular even today, but this one here is a little bit different. This is Italian-French combination, so let's check out their pizza fritta.
We are two French guys who built this place, and pizza fritta just came one night because I couldn't sleep and I found it out, and this is a different way how to eat pizza.
This place is owned by two French guys, but they like Italian food, and then this is a fusion, this is a combination of Italian-French cuisine, and this cannot go wrong. And they have very interesting fried pizzas. They have chai, they have vegetarian, chicken, they have a couple of Vietnamese fried pizzas, and two of them are called BBC and not after the British television. They actually have some blue cheese inside. These fried pizzas are quite huge. The stuffing is at least 450 grams. This is quite different than the Neapolitan pizza, and they really look like a huge ball of stuffing and dough once they are finished. The dough opening starts with a rolling pin, and this dough has to be elastic but also strong enough to hold this huge amount of stuffing. Then of course the next move is the Emmental cheese, the trademark of these pizza fritas. Then it's followed by tomato sauce, and then of course this huge pile of ham, and then oiling the edges of the pizza, hammering it down, and it's off to a fryer. The next one has the similar base, but then there's a pile of chicken coming on top, again hammering down the pizza and off to the fryer. And all the ingredients in these pizzas are of good quality. The owners are from south of France, and they pride themselves in good spices, good olive oil, and this is the part of these pizzas as well. Some excess oil has been taken off, and they're plated and ready. Huge, puff like a fugu fish, and looking and smelling amazing.
Bon appétit!
Merci! This place here is mostly for takeaway or eating on the go, or maybe in that park when the lights are working. But I managed somehow to get some space here, and let's start. A huge steaming pocket of goodiness. This pizza is absolutely crazy. The stuffing inside, it's overwhelming. So much ham, tomato sauce, that ragu, cheese, now melted. Smells delicious. Let's go. I think when you love what you're doing and when you know what you're doing, you can create this insanely tasty food. This is definitely in top 3 best foods that we tried so far in Da Nang. Incredible.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, let's start with describing the dough first. The dough is absolutely perfect, 10 out of 10. Nice and soft inside, but extremely crunchy outside. Nice, fresh, very tasty. And the herbs inside, there's oregano, there's thyme, the ham is quite tasty, tomato sauce, everything else. Every bite is really incredible. Cheers. Oh. Juices were popping out while I was cutting it, and the smell is amazing. And this one reminds me of Alibaba's cave full of gold, but this one has different treasure inside: grilled vegetable, chicken, tomato sauce and cheese. Let's go. A very delicious pocket, and the taste of pepper hits you right away. Very tasty grilled pepper and other vegetables. Chicken again, full of spices, cheese, delicious. The place is very busy, the orders keep coming and these pizzas are being made all the time. And the owners are quite nice, honest and hardworking guys, creating some food that really makes you happy. Cheers. And also one very important thing to note, as a French people, they speak quite good English, so no problems with communication here.
Vietnamese customer, I'm happy for that.
What an incredible pizza journey through Da Nang. When we started this, our hopes weren't high. But after trying all these incredible Italian and then this Italian-French pizza here, we were blown away. This was really amazing experience, and my message to all the Italians watching: don't be afraid, if you come to Da Nang, you can enjoy some real proper pizzas. And with this, we also end our food tour of Da Nang. I hope you enjoyed it, and until the next time, all the best!